Perfect. Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday.
Hello,
And
Jay.
happy Thursday just before a Thanksgiving long weekend. So today we're gonna work extra hard because I think some of us are gonna eat too many mashed potatoes this
Turkey and
weekend.
ham.
Turkey and ham, there you go. I go right for the stuffing. That's always prime. Doesn't last long in my family. All right, brilliant. Just a couple key safety reminders. Make sure we have a nice clear space to exercise it, nothing to step on or trip over. I like to put my equipment to the side. If you just joined, you will need a stretchy band and a weight today. And I haven't said this in a while, but it's always a good idea to look over your stretchy band, right? Give it a little tug and kind of inspect it for any little holes or tears in the rubber. And especially if you have colored, if you stretch it and it's got like a thinner band, a line, a lighter colored line, it's usually a place where it's more easily going to tear. Okay, so just keep an eye out for that. Always look over your band. Make sure you have some sturdy footwear or bare feet. How did everyone feel after the toe exercises on Tuesday?
A little crampy.
A little bit crampy, more in that calf, lower leg area.
Actually, in the arch of my foot.
In the arch, yes. Yeah. That's one that definitely can get a little bit crampy just from, it's not an area we strengthen regularly.
Yeah.
So you can really gently massage it while seated with a little ball. Just don't put too much weight on it. Be super, super gentle.
Yeah.
As well as bringing your heel up onto your chair leg and then gently holding that just for a gentle stretch through the arch. Okay. Sturdy chair, nothing on wheels. And let's get right into our breathing pattern for today. We're going to do 3 breaths with no movement, and then we're going to slowly start incorporating our arms and legs into some more movement. So place your hand wherever is most comfortable. We're going to practice breathing in, breathe down through the diaphragm, right? Think about filling up the belly with air. And then we're breathing out through pursed lips. Like we have a line of candles in front of us and we're trying to blow out the whole line. Okay, so breathe in and out. Once more, just like this. Breathe in and out. Perfect. Now we're going to maintain that breathing pattern, but start adding in some movement, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to practice breathing in and out. And we're going to start up some gentle movement through the arms. I'm just drawing some figure 8s. That feels a bit too confusing. Feel free to just do circles. But can we start a little bit of movement with our arms and still maintain that slower, steadier breathing pattern? In and out. Good. Keep up that steady breathing. In, out. Good job, team. In, out. All right, we're going to change our arm movement. Now we're just going to reach across like we're patting ourselves on the back. And as we do that, just think about your arms moving. I don't care about what phase of the movement you breathe, but can we just maintain that steady pattern? Breathe in and out. So the goal here, just get in some movement while we maintain that breathing pattern. If it works best for you, it can be easier if you're moving more slowly to breathe in or out, and then breathe in as you come back down, breathe out, breathe in. But for those of you that feel pretty energetic today and we're getting some good movement in, then it's best just to maintain your pattern and keep your arms moving, okay? Because we are trying to slowly tell our body, hey, we're getting ready to work. So I need you to get the heart rate up a little bit. Need to get our blood pressure up just a little bit to help us do these exercises. All right, now we're going to hinge forward and back. So think about rocking, but think about the movement only happening through your hips. So if you had a metal rod glued to your back of your head, back of the shoulder blades, all the way down, you would still be able to move like this because we're not bending through the back at all. We're just moving through those hips. So again, it should feel a little bit pinchy at the front of the hip there. We're still maintaining our steady breathing pattern. Good. And now what we're going to do, we're going to add to this. We're going to gently reach across with one hand. So see if you can touch below the knee and back. Reach, touch below the knee and back. Again, we're aiming to just move through the hips, team. I don't want to see any rounded backs, right? Keep the head up as we bend forward. So look at your screen as you bend forward to touch. Good. Everyone goes at their own pace. We're nice and controlled with this movement. Good. 3, 2, 1. And rest. Good work, team. Okay, bring the feet underneath you. And we're just going to lift and lower the heels. Now, remember, you can lift just one heel at a time. Or to make it more challenging, you can lift up both heels at a time. So we're lifting and lowering those heels. And then we're going to take our hands and we're going to push forwards and back. And see if you can time it to where you push as you lift the heels, pull back as you lower the heels, push and lift, lower back, push and lift, lower back. Now, I know the movements are getting a little more complex, so I would like to bring your focus back to your breathing pattern. Fill up the belly, and most importantly, breathe out through pursed lips. So as we start working a little bit harder, you might find you're not able to maintain the same length of a slow, deep breath, and that's okay. The goal is just how we are breathing. What's our technique? So yes, as we start working harder, the length of the breath will change. It will get shorter, but we want to maintain our technique. Three, 2, 1, and rest. Good. All right. We're stepping forward one at a time. And I'd like you to stretch your toes out. Stretch your toes out. So we're reaching forward with our toes rather than our heel. Just another quick reminder, team. Just remember this is a virtual class. So any noise on your end, we can all hear. So if at any point throughout class, you have anybody, the phone rings, someone starts talking to you from the other room, maybe you got someone doing your dishes for you, we can, it's amazing what it will pick up. Even the smallest whisper, everyone can hear. So just please be aware of that, and mute yourselves as necessary, okay? So as we're stepping forward with that foot, we're going to do the same arm reaching forward. So same arm, same leg. Good. We're going to maintain that breathing pattern. That's it, team. So keep breathing out through pursed lips. So same arm, same leg. Couple more seconds here. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, so catch your breath as needed. If you feel like you don't need a rest, you can continue that same movement, okay? Because that's how one of the ways we can adapt the intensity in class. So if you don't need a rest, please continue your stepping. And if you need a chance to rest here, please take it. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna progress that movement. So we're gonna pull in a little bit of coordination now, a little bit more thinking. And how we're gonna do that is we're gonna include this movement, but it's gonna go forwards, forwards, across, across, 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 forwards, forwards, across, across. There we go. Now we're thinking more and more. Please remember your pattern, your breathing pattern. We're still continuing to breathe in, trying to fill up the belly, and breathing out through pursed lips. Remember to keep track of how your body is feeling. You may need to rest earlier than I call it, okay? And that is perfectly okay. That's great. You're listening to your bodies. But we're going to go for just a couple more seconds here if you can. Forward, across, across, forwards, forwards, across, across, and last time, forwards, forwards, across, across, and rest. Good. Okay, so again, we're adding to the complexity of our movements. That's going to increase the intensity. It's going to make it more challenging to do because our brains are working really hard. And we're going to do another pattern, but I'd just like to remind you about your recovery position. Recovery position is leaning forward on your hands or forearms. Really important to keep the chest up. And this helps take some pressure off your diaphragm so it's a little bit easier to inhale. And then we're still making sure to breathe out through pursed lips. So if you do need to bend forward, please avoid crouching over. This is actually going to constrict and tighten up your rib cage, so it's harder to take that breath in. We get the chest and chin up, then it's easier for our rib cage to expand on our inhale. Okay, so refer to this recovery position throughout class as needed. All right, and we're going to do another coordination movement here. Ready? So here's what's going to happen. We're going to step forwards and back. Then our other foot is going to come behind, back. And behind, I mean my toes line up with my front foot's heel. And then it switches. Forward, behind. 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 Keep it going now. There we go. So again, do what you can here. It's okay if it gets a little bit frustrating. I know these are different movements. Hard to get our body cooperating sometimes. We're throwing a bunch of new things at it. You guys are doing great. The effort is important here. So well done. Forward, behind. There we go. Okay, a couple more. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Nice work. Okay, excellent, excellent. All right, take our hands now. We're going to push one hand forwards. We're going to reach the other up. We're going to pull them all in together and then switch. So 1 up, 1 forwards, 1 up, 1 forwards, 1 up, 1 forwards. There we go. And then again, to add to the challenge here, you can either lift and lower your heels, or to make it a lot more challenging, you can step forward 1 foot at a time. There we go. Good work, team. Just do what you can. Keep breathing out through pursed lips. Excellent. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Okay, so once again, you might need that recovery position. Good. Well done, team. Really, really excellent. So catch your breath. So that was our coordination piece. We should be all warmed up. Okay. What we're going to do next, instead of our cardio intervals where we're trying to work hard for a minute and then rest for 30 seconds, we're just going to do some continuous movement for 3 minutes. Okay. And in that 3 minutes, the goal is just to maintain some movement. And so what that can look like, I'll tell you when it's been every 30 seconds, I'll let you know it's been 30, because you may want to change up what you're doing. So maybe you're going to march for 3 minutes, and that's going to be challenging but doable for you. Maybe you're going to move your arms one at a time for 30 seconds, and then you're going to lift and lower your heels for 30 seconds, and you're going to alternate. So at least one body part gets a rest at a time. Okay, maybe you need to just make some figure eights. So there's a whole range of movement we can do together. And I'll tell you every 30 seconds. And we're starting actually, we'll start in 10 seconds. You got 10 seconds more of rest. Think about what we're going to maybe start with. And again, it can be something as simple as marching. Okay, and the timer starts in 3, 2, 1, go. Good. So remember, think about your intensity. How to make it challenging but doable. It's for 3 minutes, a good long time. So if you're somebody who regularly goes for a walk, okay, I want to see you marching and trying to make it a little bit more challenging than your walking pace. If you're somebody who is more limited mobility or with your breath, again, maybe you're just moving one arm at a time, and then you can alternate with your legs every 30 seconds. So really got to make this challenging but doable, team. Super, super important. That's been 30 seconds. So it's been 30 seconds. Maybe you switch up what you're doing. Okay. Again, if you're feeling full of energy today, you regularly go for longer walks. Okay, 3 minutes. Let's see if you can keep up that moving, challenging but doable. Remember ways that will increase the intensity. We talk about them almost every class. Range of motion, number of limbs moving, and your speed. And that's been another 30 seconds. Good. So maybe you're doing kind of the same similar movement. Maybe you're alternating upper and lower body. Great job, team. You've only got a minute left. Well, just over a minute. Keep up your breathing pattern. So as it gets more and more challenging, you really have to focus on that breathing pattern, team. And that's been 30 seconds. Again, we have 1 minute left. Again, challenging but doable. The goal is to keep up some movement no matter what that looks like. Good. I know, and this endurance piece is more boring. It's more boring than the cardio intervals. But mentally, you gotta stick with it. Just go, I got this. I'm awesome. I came to class today. And that's 30 seconds. So we're down to the final 30 seconds, team. So again, do what you can. Maintain that breathing pattern. As we get tired and we're moving and we're pushing, it's hard to maintain that breathing pattern, but we must. Breathe in, fill up the belly, even if you're starting to huff and puff a little bit. Okay, we're still trying to breathe with our technique. Final 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, let's find that recovery position. Good. How'd that feel, everybody?
Good.
Pretty good. There we go. Excellent. Does anyone have any questions on their intensity or on that endurance cardio? Because we are going to do it one more time, but the second time will only be for 2 minutes. So we did 3 minutes, we'll do 2 minutes, and then we'll do strength work. So if you have any questions on what we just did, please ask.
Yeah, Jill, I always harp back to this, go back to this. How does this help me breathe, over the long run?
So this endurance piece, there's kind of 2 types of, well, there's more than 2 types of fatigue, but 2 types of cardio we work on. When we do our shorter intervals and we're really working harder, we're really getting huffing and puffing, right? So our lungs have to work harder, expanding and contracting more frequently. So we're building up that capacity of our heart and lungs to work. When we slow it down and extend it, so we're going for longer, we are more focusing. We still get some of that benefit, but again, because we're not huffing and puffing as hard, the focus is more actually on how well our muscles can pick up that oxygen that we're inhaling and use it. Does that make sense? So when we're huffing and puffing, we work on all of those different things, but the shorter, faster intervals are more about your heart and lung capacity to work hard, your respiratory muscles, and then the endurance more focuses on how well we move the oxygen throughout our body.
Thank you. These things are so helpful when I'm trying to do it.
Of course. Yeah, no, it's a fantastic question. So we're gonna do this one more time, gang. Again, a little bit shorter, 2 minutes. Okay. And I'll tell you every 30 seconds. And we're gonna start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So maybe you do the same movement. And again, this should be challenging to complete, but again, it should be a little bit more doable than our 1 minute intervals because we're doing it for longer. There we go. So repetitively moving our limbs. It's kind of the difference between walking upstairs can be super challenging. That's 30 seconds, so maybe you change up your movement. Walking up your stairs can be super challenging, can really get you huffing and puffing. That would be similar to what we do with an interval. Versus needing to move around and do a couple errands around the house, that can be more your endurance, right? So you don't get as huffing and puffing, but still challenging to do, still needs to get done. Just working on slightly different capacities in our body. Okay, that's 30 seconds. That's 1 minute. We are halfway there. So 1 more minute. Do what you can, team. And that's 30 seconds. So last 30 seconds, team. Keep up your breathing pattern. I know it gets really challenging to do as we get tired, fatigued, but think about breathing downwards and think about breathing out through pursed lips. 10 seconds. And you might be thinking, Jill, your timing was off, and I think you would be right. But that's okay. It's good for us. 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, so again, that recovery position to help you catch your breath.
Oh, God.
Good job, team. Now, how is everybody feeling?
I'm good.
Still good. A couple of you are going, I can't say anything. I'm trying to breathe, Jill. Come on.
That's it.
That's good. Yeah, so focus on your breathing. Okay, until it starts to slow down. Okay, I think we should do one more, but for 10 minutes. Suddenly, all the screen goes blank.
Yeah. Nobody will be going to Thanksgiving.
Everyone just starts leaving class. No, we're gonna change gears to our strength exercises. Okay. So to start with, all you need is your body.
Sit to stands. Yeah.
Not sit to stands today. No, this is different, I promise. So one leg is bent underneath you and the other is going to extend. So the heel is on the ground. I'm not holding in the air, but this is our starting position. So we call these our quad activations because your quad is just the big thigh muscle on top of your leg. And we're going to practice tightening it and relaxing. So tighten up the muscle, see if you can firm it up, and then relax. Feel free to put your hand on your leg so you can feel the muscle flex underneath
Jill,
your hand.
what is your foot doing?
Nothing.
What is your foot do? Where is it? Is it on the floor?
Oh, this foot?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, my heel is on the ground. You can't see it in the video?
No.
Okay, is that better?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you bet. Your heel is just going to stay on the ground. All we're doing is flexing this quad muscle and then relaxing it. So flex, relax, flex, relax, flex, relax. Okay, flex, relax. So again, you can put your hand on your thigh so you can feel that muscle tighten up underneath your hand. Good. So is everyone getting that muscle contraction?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so now here's how if that's challenging for you, keep doing that. If you have felt like that's gotten easier, okay, great. Let's make it more challenging. We're gonna flex that muscle, hold the flexion. And we're gonna lift the leg slightly and down. So I'm keeping my hands off so you can see my muscle tighten. We're holding that tightening. Don't let it go. Lift the leg and then relax. Okay, so again, flex the muscle, lift the leg, lower, relax. Has everyone got that? Any questions on that? Okay, let's do 10. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Switch legs. All right. So once again, we're doing the same thing on our other leg. First thing we're doing is just flex that muscle and then relax it. Flex, relax. I know. Flex and relax. Okay, so a couple more like this. How's everyone feeling? Give me a little wave if you're doing well. Oh, brilliant. That was a lot of hands. All right, so when you're ready to progress it, when you're ready, you tighten it, you lift, lower and down. So flex it, lift, lower, down, okay? Great job, team. Woo! Well done, team. Couple more. I forgot to count. I think we've got 3 more. 3, 2, and last one. Flex, lift, down, rest. Okay, good work, team. Now that we've done those, we're going to do 5 to 10 sit to stand. And just so you know, I am fully aware of how mean this is. But I do it, I'm being mean out of love. Okay. You can use your weight for an extra challenge. If you're staying seated, push your now tired legs into the ground and then relax. Otherwise, we're standing up. Really think about pushing your legs through the ground and sit down with control. So you really should be feeling tension in those legs. We've kind of made them a little extra tired. So you should be able to feel the muscle working harder. 3. Do what you, and just do what you can. Okay. 4. 5. 6. 7. Good job, team. 8. Down with control. 9. Down with control. And 10. Woo! And rest. Wow, great job, team. Hey, that's super fun. You guys are going, I don't know what she's talking about. No chance. Okay, you can put the weight to the side. Now you need your stretchy band. Rest when you need to. Right? Please listen to your body. You're not here to compete with anybody or keep up with me. You're here just to get some movement in and feel good about it. We're going to take the band, put it around your back, underneath the armpits. All right. And then from here, team, we're going to push your hands out in front of you and slowly bring them back with control. Make sure there's some tension on the band. And once again, we push and back. Push and back. Push back. Push
Ah,
back,
ah,
push,
ah,
back, and 5 more. 5,
ah,
4,
ah,
3,
ah,
2,
ah,
1.
ah.
Okay, rest the band. Take your weight or whatever it is you're using for a weight.
Ah,
And we're going to do 10 overhead presses. So ideally, we can do it with one hand, and we're going to keep the shoulder open. Now, if for some reason this feels at all pinchy in the shoulder, you can bring it so the weight is turned sideways, and then you keep it more in front of you.
ah,
Depending on your shoulder, one way might feel much better than the other. If the weight is a little bit too heavy for you today, you can do 2 hands on the one weight, okay? We are lifting up, down, 2, 3. That's 1. Up, down, 2, 3. That's 2. Up, down, 2, 3. Up, down, 2, 3. Up, down, 2, 3. Up, down, 2, 3. Up,
ah,
down, 2, 3. Up, 3 more, down, 2, 3. Up, down, 2, 3. Up, 1 more team, down, 2, 3. Up, and lower, 2, 3. Switch hands. Oh boy, oh boy. Bring that weight up and lift. Down, 2, 3. Up, 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 5 more. Down, 2, 3. Up, down, 2, 3. Up, 3 more team. Down, 2, 3. Up,
ah.
down, 2, 3. Up, last one. Down, 2, 3. Up, and lower it back down. Okay, we're gonna have a rest. Grab a sip of water, find that recovery position. I noticed something popped up in the chat, so I'm just gonna see if it is a question as we have our rest before we repeat. I've got one comment about the audio. So maybe I'll just get kind of a group consensus. Are most people finding the audio to be poor quality today?
No,
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 Nope.
no.
Audio is fine.
Okay, I always check because sometimes when the audio is crackly, it can be due to either my Bluetooth, that's a little more rare, but it can be due to the internet connection on my end. But if an individual, 1 or 2, are finding the audio crackly on their end, it could be due to their internet connection as well. So sometimes when the connection is a little bit weaker, Zoom kind of struggles to get the audio and video across. So it's unfortunate. It's kind of like being in poor service when on the phone. Sometimes it's one person or the other more so. And then I also just have a question about arthritis in the knees. So when we were doing the flexion of our quad muscle, that's that thigh muscle, it's good for everybody because this individual is asking, they're commenting that when they flexed, they felt it more in their calf. And two things can happen if when I ask you to flex a muscle or do a movement and you feel it somewhere else.
Oh,
It's usually one of two things. Either the muscle connection is weak, right? So the muscle doesn't flex as strongly, so you're not going to feel it as much. Like that happened after my knee surgery. When I went to flex my quad, I had to look at my muscle to actually see that it was doing anything. And that can be due to atrophy, so weakness, inflammation, and injury. So if you've got arthritis in that knee, there's often a lot of inflammation and pain. So that's going to interfere with the connection of the muscles that surround the knee. That includes that big quad muscle. So that connection, practicing it makes it better. So the connection gets stronger and the actual muscle gets stronger. That's why one of the most recommended things for arthritis management and some treatment, if it's really minor, is exercise, is strengthening the muscles around it. Okay. The other thing that can happen when you do a movement and you feel it somewhere else. So let's say we flex the knee and we feel it in the calf. Well, when we flex the knee, our quad muscle straightens our knee for us. And so when we go to flex it, our hamstring and calf help us bend the knee. So they might actually be getting stretched out as we clench that quad. Does that make sense to everybody?
no, I didn't pay attention.
Didn't pay attention? That's okay. You can watch the recording later. But to recap, if you do an exercise and you feel the exercise somewhere different, usually the place where you're feeling it is tight and it's being stretched. So the sensation of the stretch is stronger than the sensation of you flexing the muscle. And or it can be either or both. Also the fact that that muscle might just be quite weak, needs more strengthening because the connection isn't there. It's not able to contract strongly enough for you to really feel it. Okay. So on that note, we are going to straighten out our leg and we're going to do our quad contractions again. Okay. So we're going to, again, tighten up that muscle and then relax it. There we go. So tighten up this muscle and then relax. This is a super helpful exercise to do for knee pain. Okay. Who feels like their muscle was getting tired doing this? You can give me your hand. No one else can see you. I promise. It's just me. Right? So this simple exercise can strengthen your quad muscle without putting any pressure through the knee. Right? Sit to stands might sometimes make your knees super, super cranky if you're having a bad flare day. It doesn't mean they're bad for your knees. It's just sometimes your knees can't tolerate the movement as well. But this, it's just you contracting that muscle. And the harder you contract it, the stronger it's going to get. Like you are in control of how hard that muscle has to work. So now, squeeze it hard and lift the leg, squeeze, 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 and down. We're going to do 10, 10, 9,
Oh,
8. Someone started squeezing harder. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch legs. And once again, we're going to start with just contracting it and relaxing it. Contract, relax. Contract, relax, or flex, relax. Okay. Did anyone notice that the movement was getting easier, or that you were able to flex more strongly the more you were doing it?
Yep.
Yeah, brilliant. And again, if you're not really feeling this, I guarantee you, if you keep practicing, you will. Like the leg that I've had knee surgery twice, and both times, right after surgery for a couple days, I'd go to flex and it would not move.
Mhm.
And then I got to the point where the muscle would just kind of twitch. You know, when your muscle kind of flutters on you by accident? That was the best. That was the best I could do.
Mm.
And then it got stronger, but rebuilt the connection. It does get easier. Okay. So now we flex and lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that leg back in. Okay, well done. 5 to 10 sit to stands if you can. Oh boy. Grab your weight if you'd like. An extra challenge. And we push through the feet, push through the legs, and down. 2, 3. Push. 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 And what number was that?
Last one.
That was the last one.
Yeah.
Nice work, team. Okay, put the weight to the side. Well done. Now we need your stretchy band. We're going to put the stretchy band around her back. Remember, if you need a rest, please take a rest. Do what is best for you and your body. Remember, you can wrap the band around your hands. You don't have to squeeze it as hard. There we go. All right. And we are going to push in front of us and back. Push and back. Good. Push in front of you. Come back with control. Don't let your arms just snap back. Push and back with control. And 10. We're doing 5 extra today. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, put the band to the side. Grab your weight for our final exercise. 10 per side. We're going to press up and then down with control. Up, down with control. 3, down. 4, down. 5, down. 6, down. 7, down, 8, down, 9, down, and 10. Down, switch arms. And up, down, 2, down, 3, down, 4, down, 5, down, 6, down, 7, down, 8, down, 9, down, 10, down. Brilliant. Okay, we're just going to do just a couple slow figure 8s, or if you enjoy kind of just shaking out your body. Okay, so a couple slow figure 8s. Slowly get your breath back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, just shake out just a little bit. Okay, team, it's time to stretch. You did awesome. Remember, stretch time is the perfect time to ask questions and to socialize with each other. This is a super fun community that we're all part of. But let's start with pulling that elbow up.
I'd like to share a story that I have.
Sure.
I had the opportunity of going to GF Strong Rehabilitation I'm on the waiting list for a lung transplant. And
Okay.
I'm just, if anybody else ever gets a chance to go there, take it, because they're really good there. They really helped me a lot, like strength wise and lots of different things. So,
Oh, that's wonderful.
and I told them all about your program too, and telling them how wonderful you are that I do your class as well. So yeah, they asked me to continue with you too. So yeah.
Switch. Oh, that's a wonderful story.
Yeah, I stayed there for a month because I'm in Victoria, and they feed you, give you your bed and everything, so you're all taken care of.
That's wonderful.
No cost out of your pocket, so it's well worth
Brilliant.
it. Yeah.
Brilliant. Oh, I'm so happy you had that opportunity.
Me too.
That is a great story heading into Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And switch, we're just gonna extend out our foot, reach towards your toes. Do you have any other stories people would like to share? Has anyone noticed a difference in their day-to-day since starting an exercise program?
I sure do.
Yeah. I can do a whole lot more now.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a really good feeling. Switch.
I did awesome.
Pardon?
I forgot about the breathing in my exercises, and since I've come and joined your crew, I'm remembering and recalling the proper way.
Perfect.
So thank you all. Thanks.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, it really is one of the most challenging things to get into the habit of, is following that breathing pattern. Because the more things, I get you focusing on lots of different things in class, it's hard to remember to breathe with good technique, but it does get easier. So that's wonderful to hear. Guys, you can pull one foot up onto your shin or pull it up onto your thigh if you can comfortably get there. If getting it up onto your thigh feels like your hip may rip out, it's a good idea to start lower. Stretches shouldn't be intense.
I don't feel the stretch in this one.
No. Do you have it on your shin or thigh?
On my thigh.
On your thigh. So
Yeah.
take your hands underneath the knee here.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to get you to pull it up slightly and then lean forward slightly.
Oh, okay. Supposed to stretch the back of your leg?
Yeah, do you feel it kind of in the hip and glute region?
Oh, okay.
And if not, lean forward more and pull that knee in.
Okay, now I feel it.
There you go.
Oh.
And switch.
Oh. Oh.
Saw a sign related to Thanksgiving that says leftovers at Thanksgiving are for quitters.
No. No. If leftovers means more days of eating awesome food.
Right, they're for the next day.
Yeah, I love leftovers.
Me too.
Especially Thanksgiving leftovers. Turkey sandwiches. Oh, it's the best.
Yeah.
Like if I eat a really good meal and there's no leftovers, I'm usually quite disappointed.
I always cook a turkey and a ham, so to make sure that there is
Ooh.
leftovers.
There you go.
I had an article published in Chess this week as a co-author and patient partner. So that was a real high for me.
Oh, congratulations.
Wow.
I'll send you a
Right on.
copy, Jill. It's
Yeah.
geared for the medical audience, so it's rather challenging for the community to read.
Sure. Oh, but I would love to have a copy if you'd be willing to send it. That's amazing.
And I guess after you read it, if you think that our community could benefit from it, you could send it out to them. But I just think that the content is very much medically geared, so
Sure.
it would be hard to read.
Sure. Well, why don't you send it to me? We can connect over email
Okay.
and maybe there's some information that we can share to the group in a way that's more community based.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you so much. And huge congratulations. That's a massive
Congrats.
accomplishment.
What did she get?
She got you were a co-author in a research study that was published.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's-
Okay, Dream Team, or Breathe Team, please join me in taking a deep breath. Put your hands wherever is most comfortable for you, but we're going to breathe in. Slowly breathe out. And then we're just going to roll our shoulders back. Brilliant. Okay, team. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope you all have a wonderful next couple of days. And I will see you on Tuesday.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.